They know. They totally know. But in fact, it was so bad that a fucking Eagles fan was like, "Sorry, bro." Like that's how bad it was today.
Oh, I have punched him, I think.
Oh,
God.
it was brutal.
I mean, Bills fans have to be our spirit animals, right?
Oh, for sure. Like they are our brethren, and that's why, you know what? I was sitting next to a Bills fan, and as I left at halftime, I was like, "Hey, nice game today, man. Congratulations." He's like, "Hey, thanks. We'll take what we can get." You know, I mean, they know but
this has my conspiracy theory. They got to be on like the same longitudinal or latitudinal line as us, I think. And this is just adding to the conspiracy. We're on the same level there.
It's a giant cancer cluster across whatever this
yeah
is. Yeah, I hear. Hey, at least Green Bay lost. Speaking of that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but then the Musty Badgers won last night. So,
yeah,
this is a bad Minnesota sports weekend.
No kidding. Here's a serious question. So, do you think this defense is playing different with the new rules? For instance, Barr getting jumped by Allen. Like, would he have played that differently if it wasn't the quarterback running at him? Or
I'll say this: I think Barr is
more
adjusting
aggressive?
Great.
Yeah,
I think Barr is adjusting great to the new rules because he's in no danger of getting a penalty because he's not tackling anybody.
Right.
Good on him.
Not putting any body weight on anybody right now.
Including whatever weight is in his hands. Yeah.
It was so bad that you cannot even say any element of the game played well today.
No.
I mean, their new kicker didn't even get to try his leg out.
Hey, there you go. That's the silver lining. No missed field goals today for the Vikings.
Jesus.
That was, to borrow a term from our professional baseball team, that was a total system failure.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you figure Prefer's special teams wouldn't play well because Prefer's the coach, and they weren't tremendous. Other than the fact that they didn't miss a field goal because they didn't try one. No, I mean, offense obviously didn't play well. Defense obviously didn't play well, although they didn't score in the second half, but I don't think.
And they were given, a short field 3 times?
Yeah, exactly.
In the first quarter.
Yeah.
So
tall order and no Griffin in the middle. There were things, but I mean, no Griffin, no Cook. You still need to roll over the Bills.
Yeah, and even that, no Griffin sounds like it's a odd deal. So
that sounds like a developing story that's gonna be popping here.
Interesting to see how pissed Zimmer gets at Yoder when he asks him about it tomorrow.
I don't know. What else do we? I mean, what else do we? What else do you feel like you need to get off your chest? That's what we're here for. So go ahead and what else you want to vent about? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it.
Can I go the other direction with some positivity?
No. No, I don't want any fucking positivity in the show. No,
really
none.
I was just going to say the weather here was fantastic this weekend.
It was, yes. Yeah.
That's all right.
Okay, so I got a question for Tony. Actually, both of you seem to know more about basketball in general than me, but is this the beginning of the end for Tibbs here in Minnesota?
How can it not? How can it not be? Is my thought. I don't even know how he's still the coach. Because if he seriously tried to not trade Butler after that, when Taylor was like, trade him, and then he went and told Layden, nah, don't even take phone calls. If that's the gist of it, could you imagine having your boss tell you something and you go, yeah, nah, let's do the opposite, and then still keep your job? It wouldn't happen. So I don't know how he's still the coach. It either tells me that we're getting misinformation or Taylor doesn't have any balls to fire him, because he should be fired. If you're going to trade Butler, you might as well get rid of Tibbs too and just start over, because Tibbs and Cat aren't on the same page. And you're obviously hitching your wagons to Cat. So,
and at some point, where does Glenn Taylor enter the discussion of worst owners in the history of professional sports? And I'm not even joking.
Well, how is it? How is the same guy own the Wolves and the Lynx? Granted, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get that. Like that.
Two different cultures, completely different cultures.
Well, it starts at the top, like just right below the owner, right? I mean, Cheryl Reeve obviously has it together. I mean, whether you call it luck or whatever, she was the right person at the right time.
Maybe she should coach the Wolves.
I think she said she doesn't want to.
Could she game plan for the Rams? I bet she could.
I wouldn't put anything past her.
That's what I'm saying.
I did say that it looked like Matt Patricia game plan for us for the Bills today.
Yeah.
Although he's about to beat New England, so maybe I shouldn't have said that.
That's just
Belichick
throwing him a bone. It's going to be his only win of the year.
Exactly. I was not really a big Tibbs guy. I don't like the act.
No.
I mean, he wasn't a very deeply tenured head coach in the NBA when he got here, right?
No.
I
just
didn't
the Bulls.
I didn't understand why everybody was so excited when he got here and just kind of conceded the fact that he was going to turn it around.
And let's say he is gone in the relatively near future, which could be the end of the season, right? But
it could be the end of this week.
Well, what does whoever comes in have to work with? I mean, you've got Cat, obviously, but
at this point, it's addition by subtraction. If you ditch Tibbs, it's just a fresh start.
You got all these old guys from that had ties to him in Chicago. Are those guys tradable?
Apparently, Krasinski was saying that those guys are a little more level-headed than Butler and Tibbs are about the whole deal, like about Cat and Wiggins. So in the last John Kay show, he was saying that like Taj Gibson was kind of the olive branch between the two, right? So he would talk with Cat and Wiggins and then go back to Jimmy and Tibbs and be like, give him a break. And Dang, supposedly Dang's similar. Rose is just old, and he's like that 14-year-old lab that just goes and lays in the room, like stays away from everybody. But I don't know. Like, I think that it sounds like, especially with Gibson and Dang, you have something there. The rest of them, who knows? But obviously Butler and Tibbs are attached at the hip, so I don't know how you can have one without the other.
That's even more mind-boggling to me. It really is. They are the dynamo. They are the dynamic. The two of them. How did it get to this point?
Yeah.
Tony, you bring up a good point. John Krasinski on the John Krasinski show on this very podcast network. That guy is covering the Wolves like a blanket, and he is all over the story. So I encourage anybody to download that show and to check out Johnny K's work at The Athletic. He is the predominant Wolves go-to guy.
No doubt, yeah.
And honestly, for as passionate as he covers that team, he deserves so much better than than the whole organization. It's like, honestly, they can't stay out of their own way.
And Butler and Tibbs have both been on him about supposed like untruths, and then it all of a sudden it happens exactly the way you just said it would.
Yes.
Like you're gonna trash the local media and Instagram and Twitter and all that, and then you're gonna be the D-bag that requests a freaking trade 4 days before media day. Whatever.
God, honestly, pass
and
out
then
the
you're
big
gonna
shoes.
you're gonna agree to a meeting in Minnesota, and then that day call and cancel it and say, no, Tibbs, get on a plane and fly to me. What? I don't get it.
Pass out the big shoes, the rubber nose, put a tent on the circus. It's just embarrassing.
Like,
all right, Lonnie.
Tibbs, they needed to say right then and there when he called and said, come to California. No, fine, we'll trade you. Goodbye.
Right, exactly. Except I think Tibbs had to know that his job hangs in the balance, so he had to fly out there and try to change his mind.
Well, Taylor should have said, "I'm not paying for the ticket." Then you're fired too, and I'll trade him.
There you go. All right, Lonnie, bring your stupid positivity.
Oh, you missed it. It was the weather.
Oh, the weather. That was it? The weather?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was it. I mean, you told me not to, and I did it. And,
And he didn't listen.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
This is, I don't know. Let's go home. Let's get to Minnesota goodbye. It's just such an annoying week. Like, just such a galling kick in the balls week.
And how do you come up with a Minnesota goodbye in a week like this? Like, I got nothing to say goodbye to because it's all just came crashing back. Like, everything that I was hoping would come for the winter just came right back to me and said hi. So, I don't know.
Is that your goodbye then?
I don't have, well, if that's a goodbye, like, I really don't have one, but.
All right, well, that works for this week. Lonnie, what do you got? Anything?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next weekend. I've got a really good friend coming into town on Sunday. We're going to hit the golf course, and I'm not going to worry once about a Viking meltdown because I'm guaranteed that it won't happen on Sunday because it very well may have happened on this coming Thursday.
Nice.
God. I don't really have a Minnesota goodbye. Goodbye to Jimmy Garoppolo, by the way. They're thinking it might be an ACL with him.
Anybody see it?
Nope. Was it ugly? Did you see it?
Yeah, he was he was at the sideline, and instead of just running out of bounds, lowered his shoulder and went back in towards inbounds to try and get that extra half a yard out of it. And before the contact, his knee just went away that it's not supposed to.
Ugh.
Go out of bounds, young man.
Yeah, well, that only works for Josh Allen against the Vikings.
He hurdles him.
I don't have a Minnesota goodbye. So hopefully one of these teams does something exciting, or the Lynx starts. I don't know. Maybe the Lynx season comes sooner. I don't. When do pitchers and catchers report? I don't know. Does
the Lynx do like a summer league, like the NBA does a summer league?
Sure, he's in Spain coaching the Team USA. We could follow them for a bit.
There you go. Now we're talking.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Unbelievable. Well, look, when you're a fan misery show, then sometimes you have weeks like this, I guess. But so sorry everybody for the downer of a show, but if you're looking for sunshine and lollipops, this is the wrong damn place to look. So, in any event, thanks for listening to this and all the episodes of The Fan Show, which you can get at talknorth.com. And definitely check out, if you haven't already, check out the network because there's a lot of good information, good shows, good entertainment available all the time, coming out every day, which I don't know if that's fun or not fun for Brandon, but there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike all the time. So, for Tony and Brandon and Lonnie, this is Nick. Thanks again for listening to The Fan Show. We'll be back with you again soon.
You just want to provide the best service you can, and you know marketing is vital to build your business, but it's also overwhelming and confusing. Successful Marketing Group is passionately committed to businesses, helping them get found, get customers, and build dreams. Successful Marketing Group understands your problems and truly wants to help you be successful, providing digital marketing packages with proven results. Go to successfulmarketinggroup.com/Cheryl Reeve for a free 45-minute audit and action plan. That's successfulmarketinggroup.com/Cheryl Reeve.